right. Next one. Let's face it. A bunch of people in the news, actually. We thought, there's not much going on, but definitely in the last couple of days, there's been some action.
There's always a lot going on by this time.
So everybody knows Lamar Jackson's waiting on his deal, right? Pay the man the money. You know, there was a couple weeks ago he signed a poster that somebody had that says "Pay this man the money."
Yeah.
He signed it, so he's playing the game a little bit. He wants his money, and he played like shit. They lost, and then after the game,
He didn't play like shit. They did lose, but
they lost.
he didn't play like shit.
Yeah, they didn't cover.
They did not cover.
I mean, well, maybe if Justin Tucker would have, they still wouldn't have covered if he would have hit that 67-yarder at the end, but.
I think that. Well, see, I got a couple bets in. They were in different
Right.
monetary. The spreads varied, and so I just kept throwing money on them, and then
Chasing Lamar.
yeah,
But so then after the game, he goes on Twitter, which is a bad idea if you just lost a game and you're heated about losing the game, because Twitter warriors with their thumbs, they're ready
Never.
to go. And he found a tweet he didn't like, and he tweeted back and said some choice words. I'm not going to repeat all of it, but he did finish with "eat a dick."
Yeah.
So it's tough when you're trying to go for $250 million and you're telling people on Twitter to eat a dick. So Lamar, I think the coach is going to forgive you on this one, but you might have just knocked $10 million off your deal.
yeah. I'm impressed with the tweet, but I do agree. You don't look at that shit until way after the game's over, like a couple days later. That's it.
I agree.
That's it.
So this week's a big week. You got Deshaun Watson coming back, the massage king himself. Oh, actually, who's the better massage king? Is it Robert Kraft?
No. Those ladies signed up for what they were doing.
Okay,
These
fair.
people did not. And we are not going to praise Deshaun Watson when he does well. We are not going to put our money on Deshaun Watson. If you ask me, at least I'm not. That team's dead to me at this point. So
Definitely.
whatever.
Yep.
He's coming back. Great.
back.
We're going to move on from that.
People are going to be talking about him all week, I'm sure. And he playing.
Actually, I'm hoping the media doesn't. I hope they just, okay, he was in, and then talk about the rest of the team, because this is gross that he's even playing.
Yep. Another guy in the news. This is in college. So you got Hugh Freeze. So
It's a good name.
Auburn, they wanted to get rid of their coach, and word has it they had some boosters out there that pretty much were like drumming up an affair that their coach had, so they could look holier than thou and feel comfortable firing the guy, so they can get the guy they really wanted. So they do it, and they hire Hugh Freeze. I don't know how holy they're going to look, because it turns out Hugh Freeze in the past has had to resign because he was calling escorts from the campus phone line, as well as some other things. So, Auburn not looking that great, but, you got your guy, and hopefully he stays off the escorts over there.
Guys, keep it in your pants.
Keep it in the pants, guys.
Guys are
Come on.
struggling. Well, we have to bring Russell Wilson back on our Let's Face It. We didn't want to do it, but this is just too funny. Sierra held a birthday celebration for her man, Russell, and apparently only half of the team showed up, not the full team that was invited. So that could just be a little tidbit as to how the team feels about their God almighty quarterback, who's just supposed to get them through battle and be their number one hero. Happy birthday, Russell Wilson. Nobody likes you.
And you got to figure that, like, Sierra probably has some, like, celebrity friends and shit, too, because they're, like, the it couple or whatever. And then the guy still didn't want to go. Because some guys might be like, I don't want to go to this thing.
But
But
who can I meet there?
Yeah, maybe.
No,
No.
that clearly. I mean, the man has his own bathroom. That's a bad sign to begin with. So. Then we have Odell Beckham Jr. Now, I know he's in the news, possibly going to the Bills, maybe the Cowboys, maybe the Giants. It seems like he might be pushing a little bit more towards the Bills. I don't know, but that's Von Miller talking on OBJ's podcast. However, he was flying for the holidays from Miami back to L.A., apparently a little inebriated enough where he was just out cold. They were trying to put his seatbelt on him, couldn't take off unless the seatbelt was fastened. He was not actually technically alive at that point, so they had to get him off the flight. And, he's denying everything, but that's the account from people on the aircraft. I think he had a little too much to drink.
or a bunch of maybe Ambience or something.
We don't know, but definitely was not with it. They couldn't buckle him up, and so he has a little story to tell. But, his story is definitely, his version's definitely different, but we thought that was interesting.
Jerry Jones, they asked him, does that impact, like,
your
the situation with Jerry Jones? Like, no, absolutely
Yeah.
not. Like, we're
Nobody
good.
gives a shit. They just want the man to play on their team.
Yep.
I still don't know how I feel about him being on our team, but And then last we have Terrell Owens. This just came out recent, like today actually. the day we're recording this, but poor guy. I mean, not a big fan of Terrell Owens. However, he was just out in public. Some guy was talking to him and taping it, and all of a sudden another gentleman approaches him and just wants to fight. Just wants to fight very aggressively, and Terrell knocks him out. Good for Terrell. I mean, that's got to suck to be just like approached. He didn't do anything. There was no conversation, nothing. This guy clearly approached Terrell just to start something with him, but good for Terrell. He finished it, and it was all on video, so...
I mean, what a dummy anyway. If you're going to fight somebody, do you want to fight the guy who's like 6'3", still has like six-pack abs?
It's like the guy that fought Mike Tyson on the plane.
Right, just asking for it.